Greetings dear students and welcome to another session of linguistics. So today we will start with diphthongs. We are almost done with monophthongs or pure vowels. Today we are going to see diphthongs or vowel glides. So diphthong forms a glide within one syllable, okay, and that's why it is called a vowel glide. Glide within one syllable means glide nu parna basically movement aanu, okay. So glide within one syllable means it moves from one position to another, one element to another, which means that it has two elements, okay. Now you have to first know what a syllable is. Syllable is a unit of pronunciation having one vowel sound. We saw the examples of syllables, I guess. Yes, we have seen book in the varayumbo oru syllable aanu. Water means it is two syllabic word, two syllables undu. Inferno ennu varayumbo it is three syllables, okay. So it's a unit of pronunciation having a vowel sound. In that particular unit there will be a vowel sound. So in a vowel glide, it is defined as it forms a glide within one syllable. One syllable la glide movement undam from one position to another. So that is diphthongs. It is vowel glides which has a glide within one syllable, and that is a diphthong, okay. Now this vowel glide has a first element and a second element. First element is a starting point. See, first element is a starting point and second element is the point in the direction of which the glide is made. From the starting point to the other point to which the direction is made is the second element. See, first element is the starting point from where it starts, and second element is the point in the direction of which the glide is made. That is the second element. Then coming to RP diphthongs. Usually in the RP diphthongs, first element is E, A, A and U. These are the first elements usually in an RP diphthong. Second element usually are E, U and A. These are the second elements in RP diphthongs. Nammal RP endanu kandu. RP is received pronunciation, and received pronunciation is a standard form of British English pronunciation. First I have told you, I think in my initial class I have told you, it's a standard form of British English pronunciation. It is also known as Queen's accent I'm sorry, or Queen's English or BBC English. It's a correct accent. So Queen's English or BBC English received pronunciation is known as, and it has a standard British English pronunciation. So that is it. There are some generalizations that you have got to know about diphthongs. Let's see what are those generalizations. So the first one is length and stress. The length and stress, length, neelom, stress, the emphasis, the stress you are giving is concentrated on the first element. Now the first and second element kandu. So it is concentrated on the first element. Second element is usually light sounded. So there are two elements we saw. Vowel glides aanu oru soundil ninnu vera soundilekku povum, and usually the length and stress is concentrated on the first element. The second element is light sounded, and these type of diphthongs are called falling diphthongs. See, it's called falling diphthongs. The second generalization, these diphthongs are equivalent to the length of long vowels. We saw the short vowels and long vowels, and diphthongs are usually equivalent in length to the long vowels. That is, short vowel, long vowel. We bit is short, beat is long. Book is short, boot is long. So that is the difference between short vowel and long vowel. Ini diphthongs length long vowel de poleയാണ്. അതിന്റെ നീളം പോലെയാണ് diphthongs ന്റെ നീളം or length. Now if reduced in length, it has a reduced length reduced ആണെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കും. First element get shortened. Now suppose if it is reduced in length, ഒരു ഡിഫ്തോങ്ങിൻ്റെ ലെങ്ത് റെഡ്യൂസ്ഡ് ആണെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കൂ. ലോങ് വോവൽസ് പോലെയല്ല, അത് റെഡ്യൂസ്ഡ് ആണെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കൂ. അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കും? The first element gets shortened. We already saw in the first generalization that the first element is usually stressed and it is long. Okay. Second element falling ആണ് or it is light sounded എന്ന് നമ്മൾ കണ്ടു. പക്ഷേ ലോങ് വവലിൻ്റെ പോലെയല്ല, ഓൾറെഡി ഡിഫ്തോങ്ങിൻ്റെ ലെങ്ത് ഷോർട്ടൻഡ് ആണെങ്കിൽ എങ്ങനെയിരിക്കും? അതെങ്ങനെയിരിക്കും? The first element gets shortened. First usually long ആയിട്ടുള്ള first element shortened ആയിട്ടിരിക്കും if the whole diphthong is short. That is the second point. Then, based on different regional and social types of speech, there is a variation in diphthongs in both elements. So, ഓരോ സ്ഥലത്തെ റീജിയണൽ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഡിഫറൻസ് വെച്ചിട്ടും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഡിപ്പെൻഡിങ് ഓൺ ദ സ്പീച്ച് ഇൻ വേരിയസ് സൊസൈറ്റീസ് ഓർ സോഷ്യൽ ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻസ് ദർ വിൽ ബി വേരിയേഷൻസ്. ഇറ്റ് ഡിഫേഴ്സ് both in the first and the second element. The fourth generalization. No diphthong occurs before ng, except when the final n is assimilated to ng in connected speech. So, this ng sound ആണ് ng. Okay? This n. Here again ng. Suppose if the word going നമ്മൾ എടുക്കുകയാണ്, bring or sing എന്നൊക്കെ എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ ആ ng sound ആണ് ഇത് ng. Okay? This is n sound. So, ഇതൊക്കെ നിങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ. അത് പഠിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ it will be clear. Okay? So, the generalization is that no diphthong occurs before ng. ng എന്നുള്ള സൗണ്ടിന് മുമ്പ് ഡിഫ്തോങ് വരില്ല. അതിന് മുമ്പായിട്ട് ഡിഫ്തോങ് വരില്ല. വരും. There is an exception. When the final n is assimilated to ng in connected speech. Connected എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മൾ ഒരുമിച്ച് പറയുമ്പോൾ, not just one word, we speak like that as in conversation when we go on speaking. In the connected speech, if there is n sound, then there will be ng just before the diphthong. Okay. For example, she is going to play. I am telling she is going to play. അപ്പോൾ ഓയ് എന്നുള്ളത് ഒരു ഡിഫ്തോങ് ആണ്. ഓയ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു ഡിഫ്തോങ് ആണ്. ഗോയിങ്ങിലത്തെ ഓയ് ഒരു ഡിഫ്തോങ് ആണ്. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഒക്കറിങ് ബിഫോർ ng സൗണ്ട്. ഗോയിങ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ng സൗണ്ട് മുമ്പ് ഓയ് ഒക്കർ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. But when I speak in connected speech, I'll say she is going to play. She is going to play. N sound ആണ് അവിടെ വരുന്നത്. N. So, അപ്പോൾ n സൗണ്ടിൻ്റെ കൂടെ ng assimilate ആവുന്നുണ്ട്, join ആവുന്നുണ്ട്. Only then the diphthong will occur before ng sound. Okay, this may sound complicated to you because you're not familiar with the rules of these sounds. Ng, n. We are just going to learn in the further lessons. Okay? So, that is it. Then, fifth one, with the exception of oi sound on it, oi, RP diphthongs often derive from earlier pure vowels. എല്ലാ RP diphthongs pure vowels നിന്നാണ് originate ചെയ്യുന്നത് or it's being derived, but with the exception of oi sound. Then, the diphthongs can be classified into two categories. Closing diphthongs and central diphthongs. Two categories. It is based on this category, or it's categorized based on the glide movement of the tongue. Okay, it's based on the glide movement of the tongue, which means that during the articulation of closing diphthongs, the glide movement is towards the closing position. That is, tongue closes the whole of the roof of the mouth. So, the glide movement is towards the closing position, whereas it is towards the center for the centering diphthongs. The center of the tongue is raised. Okay. So, that is the difference. Articulation of closing diphthongs, glide movement is towards the closing position, whereas it is towards the center for centering diphthongs. Fine. Closing diphthongs and centering diphthongs. So, we will see these examples one by one. Here in this word day, see, day, that is how you transcribe it, you pronounce it. This is the transcription and you pronounce it day. Here, this part, A, when you pronounce, you can feel that the glide movement is towards a closing position, day. Similarly, high. In high, I, when you articulate, see there's a closing position. Third one, toy. Go. See, the glide movement is towards the closing position. The tongue closes the mouth towards the roof of the mouth, towards the hard palate. Again, the next word in closing diphthongs, next example is now. See, observe your tongue and you'll understand. The next three examples given are from the section of centering diphthongs. Centering. Here, the glide movement is towards the center. The glide movement of diphthongs is towards the center. That is towards the center of the roof of the mouth. Okay, not hard palate, not soft palate, towards the center. That is not front, not back. It is center. Near. Care. Poor. Just observe and you can find that the glide movement is towards the center for centering diphthongs. Alright, so we have already seen that there are 8 diphthongs and we have already learned the diagram. So the diagram is almost there, registered in your mind, I suppose. Otherwise you have to, because we learnt all the pure vowels with the help of a diagram. So you should understand that this part is open, okay, this part is open, this part is half open, and this is half closed, and this is closed. Okay, so this one, last one, is open, this is half open, this is half closed, and this is closed. This part is closed. So this much you should understand, because we have already learnt pure vowels with the help of the diagram. Okay, so now we are going to see the 8 diphthongs with the help of the diagram. The first one is A as in day, and the phonetic transcription is given there. So coming to articulation, during the articulation of this diphthong, the glide movement of the tongue begins in a position between front half close and half open. Front half close, this one, and half open, and moves in the direction of the RP E. Okay, so here is A and here is E. Here there are 2 positions, elements, A and E. Okay, so this is how the direction goes. You can see that arrow mark. The lips are unrounded for both the elements. When you articulate day, lips are unrounded. The diphthong is described as a glide from a front unrounded vowel between half close and half open, half close and half open, to front unrounded vowel between close and half close. Why it is between close and half close? This is close and half close because the position of E is here. Okay, that's why it is that way. That is with articulation. We are moving on to the distribution. Distribution, it can occur initially, medially, and finally. In words as in ape, see, EIP. Okay, this is the phonetic transcription. Ape, see here it comes in the beginning. Great, great, it occurs medially. Day, day. ഈ ആയെന്ന് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാൻ വേണ്ടി പറഞ്ഞതാണ്, അങ്ങനെ പറയില്ല. ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് എ ട്രാൻസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ. ഓക്കെ, ഹിയർ ഇറ്റ് കംസ് ഫൈനലി. Spellings you can see here in the word ape. A represents the vowel sound or the diphthong A, and in the word day, day, it is not AI, this is wrong, it is AY, AY. So AY, these two letters represent the vowel sound A, the diphthong A. Then May, May, AY stands for the vowel glide A. Eight, eight, EI stands for the vowel glide. In day, EY, these two alphabets stands for the diphthong. Okay, then in great, great, EA, these are the alphabets that stand for the diphthong A. Now moving on to the second diphthong. This is second diphthong, it is I as in time, time. So here in the articulation, the glide of RP, received pronunciation diphthong I, begins at a point slightly behind the front open position. Behind the front open position and moves in the direction of the position associated with RP E. Here RP യുടെ സ്ഥാനം E ഇവിടെയാണ്. The lips are unrounded throughout time. See, it is unrounded. So the diphthong is known as a glide from an unrounded front open position. From here to front unrounded vowel just above half close, above half close ഇവിടെ. Okay, fine. That is with articulation. Coming to distribution, the diphthong occurs in all positions, as in either in the beginning, either, tried, tried. Actually here it is given tried, it's supposed to be tied, I think, tied. See, tied, you can see here it occurs medially, tied. And high, high, it occurs finally. Moving on to the spellings, time, time, I represents the glide I letter represents the glide I. Then cry, cry, the alphabet Y stands for the vowel glide I. The next word high, high, IGH stands for the vowel glide I. Here actually G and H is silent. Okay, I will do, but G and H is silent. High. Then here I think it's supposed to be tied, not tried. So it is tied, and if it is tied, it is I and E, which stands for the vowel glide I. Either, either, E and I stands for the vowel glide I. And the last word given in the section of examples, aisle, aisle എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു pathway അല്ലെങ്കിൽ passageനാണ് നമ്മൾ aisle എന്ന് പറയും. So here A and I, these alphabets represent the vowel glide I, and the word is aisle. We are moving on to the next vowel glide or diphthong, and that diphthong, the third diphthong, is oi, as in boy, boy. Articulation. For RP oi, the tongue glide begins at a point between back, half open and open positions. Here back, half open, here half open and open positions, and moves in the direction of E. Here E. And we have seen this position E in the other two vowels that we have already described. Okay, so direction of E. The tongue is rounded for the first element oi, o, first element, and unrounded for the second element E, E. Hence, this diphthong is described as a glide, back rounded, back rounded vowel between open and half open to a front unrounded vowel just above half close. So, idanallo half close. Okay, above that it is half close. Distribution. This diphthong occurs initially, medially, and finally inwards as an oil. Oil. You see here, initially, boil, medially, and boy. Finally, moving on to the spellings. Spellings, you can see that in the word boil. Boil. O and I stands for the glide oi. And in the word toy. Toy. O and Y represents the glide oi. Fine. We have to see the next one. Next diphthong. O as in soul. O as in soul. So here you can see that you can see the diagram over there, and let's see it with articulation. The glide of RPO begins at a central position. Central ആണ് ഇവിടെ a central vowel ആണ്. So central position between half close and half open. Half close and half open. Here. And moves in the direction of RP U. ഇവിടെയാണ് ഊവിൻ്റെ പൊസിഷൻ. RP U. The lips are unrounded for the first element and rounded for the second element. O. 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 See, rounded for the second element. Thus, the diphthong is described as a glide from a central unrounded vowel between half close and half open to a back rounded vowel just above half close. Just above half close. Above half close. Distribution. This diphthong occurs initially, medially, and finally as in words oak. See, in the beginning, initially, soul in the middle, and go in the end, finally. Moving on to the spellings. So you can see that the alphabet O stands for the glide O, and oak, oak alla, oak aanu, oak, nammal oak oak ennokkeyanu paraya. The correct pronunciation is oak, oak. Here O and A represents the glide O. Then toe, toe, കാലുമേലത്തെ വിരലുകളാണ് toe, toe. So here O and E represents the glide O. Then the next one, soul, soul. O and U stands for the glide O. The next word, snow, snow. O and W are the letters that represents the glide. O. O. Fine. We are moving on to the next vowel glide. Fifth one. Ow. Ow as in house. Ow as in house. Moving on to the articulation, the glide of RP, ow, begins at back open position. Open aana back aana. Back open position and moves in the direction of RP, oo. We have already seen this position. Oo. The lips are unrounded for the first element, ow, and rounded for the second element. The vowel is described as a glide from back open unrounded vowel to back rounded vowel just above half close. Above half close. Moving on to distribution, this diphthong occurs in words initially, medially, and finally as in owl. Owl initially, house medially here, and cow, cow finally. We have to see the spellings for that. Spellings given are sound. Sound, O and U, stands for the glide ow. And in the word cow, O and W stands for the glide ow, as in cow. The sixth vowel glide is ear, as in deer. Ear as in deer. Articulation. During the articulation of the diphthong ear, the glide movement of the tongue begins from a position just above front half close, above front half close here. We have already seen this position, and moves in the direction of RP. Is a central vowel. It's a central vowel. Center position aanu. The lips are unrounded for both elements, that is ear. Ear is unrounded. So the vowel is described as a glide from front unrounded vowel just above half close to central unrounded vowel between half close and half open. Between half close and half open. Distribution. The diphthong ear occurs initially, medially, and finally as in earphone. Earphone. Beginning. Period. 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 And here you can see that in two positions this glide occurs. Ivideyum. Period. Period. And dear. Dear, where it occurs finally. We have to observe the spellings also in the word deer. Deer. EER stands for, these three letters stands for ear, and R is silent. Then deer. Deer. Here also R is silent, but നമ്മൾ പറയുമ്പോൾ deer R ഒക്കെ ചിലപ്പോൾ കേട്ടു എന്നൊക്കെ വരും. But actually the correct pronunciation is deer. Deer. R പുറത്തേക്ക് കേൾക്കില്ല. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞാലും deer ചിലപ്പോൾ R പുറത്തേക്ക് കേൾക്കും. Because we are Indians, we tend to have some innate kind of pronunciation. That's why. But it's supposed to be deer. Deer. And here the letters E, A and R stands for the glide ear. Ear. The word here. Here. E, R, E are the letters which stands for the glide ear. And in weird. Weird. E, I and R represents the glide ear. Fierce. Fierce. I, E and R stands for the glide ear. And in the next word it is written, transcribed here, fakir, fakir. ഞാനിത് ഫക്കീർ എന്നൊക്കെയാണ് വായിക്കാറ്. Maybe that's the wrong pronunciation. It's fakir, fakir. That is the correct pronunciation. And here I and R are the letters which stands for the glide ear. So that is the correct pronunciation. Fakir, fakir. The next word, idea, idea. I ഇവിടെ ഇല്ല, മിസ്സായി പോയതായിരിക്കും. Idea. Here E and A stands for the glide ear. The last word in this section is period. It is period. നമ്മൾ പറയുന്ന പോലെ പീരീഡ് എന്നല്ല. It is period. That is the correct way to pronounce period. Here in two positions you can see here the glide. And here E stands for, ഇവിടെ ഇതാണ് കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഇത് E stands for the glide ear. Ear. Okay. The seventh glide is air as in care. Air as in care. The articulation during the production of the diphthong air, the glide movement of the tongue begins in front half open position. Front half open position. ഇവിടെയാണ്. Actually it comes between half closed and half open. ഇവിടെയാണ് വരുന്നത്. Okay. Front half open position moves in the direction of RP a central position. The second element is in the central position. So it begins in the front half open position. It can be between half open and half closed door and moves in the direction of RP a. Thus a diphthong is described as a glide from front half open unrounded vowel to central unrounded vowel between half close and half open. Half close and half open, between that. Distribution. This diphthong occurs initially, medially and finally in words as in area. Area. കണ്ടോ ഇവിടെ ബിഗിനിങ്ങിൽ area. നമ്മൾ ഏരിയ എന്നൊക്കെയാണ് പറയുക, ശരിക്കും പറയേണ്ടത് area. Then careful. ഇവിടെ തെറ്റിയിട്ട് കെയർഫുൾ എന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് കെയർഫുൾ, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് കെയർഫുൾ. ഇതുപോലെ വേണ്ടത്. ഈ കെയർ ഇവിടെ കണ്ടോ, ഇവിടെ കെയർ കണ്ടോ, അതുപോലെ careful. And rare. See, it occurs finally here in rare. And in careful it occurs medially. Then in area it occurs initially. Moving on to the spellings. Here in the word care, A, R and E stands for the glide air. And in pair, that word A, I and R stands for the glide air. And in the final word given, bear, E, A and R are the alphabets that stand for the glide air. We are moving on to the last diphthong, oor, as in poor. Articulation. During the articulation of the diphthong oor, the glide movement begins from a tongue position just above back half closed position. Occurs here, ഇവിടെയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ just above back ആണ്, back side ആണ്, half closed position and move in the direction of RP ആർ പി ഉവല്ല, ശരിക്കും ആർ പി ആണ് വേണ്ടത്. തെറ്റിയിട്ടാണ് അവിടെ കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഗ്ലൈഡ് മൂവ്മെൻറ്റ് ശരിക്കും വേണ്ടത് ബിഗിൻസ് ഫ്രം എ ടങ് പൊസിഷൻ ജസ്റ്റ് അബവ് ബാക്ക് ഹാഫ് ക്ലോസ് പൊസിഷൻ, ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട് ആൻഡ് മൂവ് ഇൻ ദ ഡിറക്ഷൻ ഓഫ് ആർ പി. ഇവിടെ ആണ് കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്, ഉ ആണ്. ദിസ് ഇസ് റോങ്. സെൻട്രൽ പൊസിഷനിലത്തെ ആണ്, സെൻട്രൽ പൊസിഷനിലേക്കാണ് ഗ്ലൈഡ് മൂവ്മെൻറ്റ് വരുന്നത്. ഇവിടെ പൂവ തെറ്റിയിട്ടാണ് ഊ കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത് കേട്ടോ. ദ ലിപ്സ് ആർ അൺറൗണ്ടഡ് ഫോർ ദ ഫസ്റ്റ് എലിമെൻറ്റ് ഉവ, കണ്ടോ, ആൻഡ് അൺറൗണ്ടഡ് ഫോർ ദ സെക്കൻഡ് എലിമെൻറ്റ്. ദസ് the diphthong is described as a glide from back rounded vowel just above back half closed position to central unrounded vowel between half close and half open. ഇവിടെയാണ്. So it is between half close and half open. Distribution: the diphthong occurs medially and finally only as in words tourist, tourist, tourist. എവിടെയാണത്? മീഡിയലി ആണ്, മീഡിയലി. ആൻഡ് poor, poor, that is finally. It does not occur initially. ഇനിഷ്യലായിട്ട് അത് ഒക്കർ ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. Okay. Then we have to see the spellings also. Poor, see, poor, poor. Here the double O stands for the glide poor. And the word ഇവിടെ കുവ എന്ന് കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത് ശരിക്കും അവിടെ ഒരു വവലല്ല, കോൺസണൻ്റ് ആണ്, മിസ്സിംഗ് ആണ്. ഇറ്റ്സ് ക്യൂർ, ക്യൂർ, ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് ക്യൂർ. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇവിടെ കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത് കുവർ എന്നാണ്, അങ്ങനെയല്ല പറയാം, ക്യൂർ ആണ്, ക്യൂർ. ഹിയർ യു ആൻഡ് ആർ and at times E stands for the glide over, over. Then the last word tour, tour. It is O and U which stands for the glide over. നമ്മൾ പറയുമ്പോൾ ടൂറ് പോവാന്ന് പറയാം, ടൂറല്ല, നെക്സ്റ്റ് ടൈം നമുക്ക് ഒരു ടൂർ പോവാം എന്ന് പറയണം. കാരണം കറക്റ്റ് പ്രൊനൗൺസിയേഷൻ ഇങ്ങനെയാണ്, ടൂർ, tour. So O and U stands for the glide over, over, and R is silent over there. R is silent ആണ്.